following is a presentation of HBO Sports.
How do you define greatness? A relentless pursuit of success at the highest level, combined with an uncompromised desire to face any and every challenger. So tonight, witness two of the top fighters of this generation, both at the pinnacle of their sport, both continuing to personify the definition of greatness.
This was a gradual, systematic, technically pure beatdown.
First up, it's Nicaraguan sensation and pound-for-pound star, Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez.
And Chocolatito has the TKO.
The undefeated living legend has dominated the flyweight division, dismantling opponent after opponent with relative ease. So tonight, Little Drama Show climbs the scales to face dangerous, undefeated Mexican title holder, Carlos Cuadras. Cuadras, on his own quest for greatness, now takes aim at one of the sport's most dynamic offensive forces. And then, catch Chocolatito's fellow boxing immortal, training out of the same increasingly prestigious Summit Gym in Big Bear, California. Gennady Triple G Golovkin, Big Drama Show, rose from relative obscurity to conquer the boxing world. With jaw-dropping displays of power and precision, the Kazakh Predator hunts for an unparalleled 23rd straight knockout. Standing in his way, undefeated Englishman Kell Brook, a welterweight title holder who moves up for a shot at the middleweight crown. Brook dares to be great and puts his unblemished record on the line against the bigger man. The exemplification of greatness on display tonight, Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez versus Carlos Cuadras, and Gennady Triple G Golovkin versus Kell Brook is next.
I'm Jim Lampley, welcoming you to this special edition of HBO's World Championship Boxing, originating today from two locations. I am in London, England, with Bernard Hopkins, where earlier today, Gennady Triple G Golovkin tried to extend his unbeaten and knockout streaks against Kell Brook, moving up from welterweight to middleweight. And if you missed the fight between Triple G and Kell Brook, we'll be bringing it to you in its entirety later on in this broadcast. But meanwhile, we've got live boxing coming up from the Forum in Los Angeles, where Max Kellerman and Roy Jones are standing by. Max?
Thank you, Jim. We look forward to taking another look at the Triple G Kell Brook middleweight matchup later in our telecast. But first, we have a live doubleheader here at the Forum in Inglewood, California. Good evening, I'm Max Kellerman, and I'll be joined by Roy Jones here at ringside shortly for what promises to be a pair of action-packed fights. In our main event, we get another look at the man most in boxing considered the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Nicaragua's Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. Just like his countryman and mentor, Alexis Arguello, he's won belts in 3 divisions, and tonight looks to conquer a 4th weight class as he challenges 115-pound titleist Carlos Cuadras, who's making the 7th defense of this belt he has now held close to 2.5 years. Our first live fight may not be for a title, but it could steal the show here tonight. Back in April, Yoshihiro Kamegai and Jesus Soto Karass treated boxing fans to a 10-round brawl. The outcome was a draw, and so now 5 months later, these two warriors prepare for Act 2, or, as many predict, Round 11. So with that said, let's now take a look at the tail of the tape for Yoshihiro Kamegai and Jesus Soto Karass. Around the same age, Karass a year older and has had a tougher career, half-inch taller. Karass with the arm length advantage. They weighed in at exactly the same 153.5 pounds. From the punch stats from fight 1, you can see Soto Karass's pace was extraordinary, over 1,100 punches thrown. But Kamegai was the more precise puncher, landed at a much higher percentage, and therefore the punches landed were about even. Karass with a marginal advantage there. From the moment the first fight between Kamegai and Soto Karass was announced, hardcore boxing fans knew what to expect. Here's a look back at that night from the fighter's perspective.
This is the first round. I have some very good counter punches and placing my punches.
The way I kill punches is I move my head around, so when he throws those big overheads, it looks like it's been affected, but it really isn't.
Well, that was a good hook. Hurt me on that side and kind of paralyzed me there.
Kamegai with a good right. Another left, the right from Soto Karass.
The last fight was very tough for me physically and mentally. But I was very surprised that he would keep coming like that.
The more I get hit, the more I throw. The meaner I get, the madder I get. And I know the Kamegai was the same.
Kamegai is cut on the right eyebrow.
In the second round when I got cut, psychologically, that had affected me quite a bit.
When I saw that cut, I decided to work and make that cut even bigger.
I threw a lot of punches and I had him up against the ropes. And it got to a point I was so tired that my punches just weren't coming out anymore.
That's what we planned for. Not let him breathe, not let him think.
These two warriors, they put on a show all night long.
When the last bell sounded, I was really worried what the decision was going to be. Because of the cut, I was panicked.
When they give the decision, first judge gives it to me, the second judge gives it to him, and then I hear the next thing.
95 to 95, a draw.
I thought I won that fight.
Not getting the win was really frustrating as well. Both of us, I believe, are better prepared to fight each other and are stronger and knowledgeable about each other.
We'll see a Soto Karass who's much more intelligent and a Kamegai who is much more aggressive for this fight.
This is going to be a tougher and better fight than the last time.
Jesus Soto Karass has had a really remarkable career in the sense that he's fought a ton of good fighters. Hasn't always won when he stepped up there. You said the losses to Alexander and Thurman, but he did beat Andre Berto, probably his best win against the named guy. Lost to Maidana and Mike Jones twice. One of those losses to Jones, a majority decision. There you see Kamegai has not fought the same level of opponent, and he's lost to the names he has fought on American soil.
Live around the world on HBO from the fabulous Forum here in Inglewood, California. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening and welcome to HBO World Championship Boxing. And we are set to go with our first bout tonight, 10 rounds, this in the junior middleweight division. This bout is presented by Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions and K2 Promotions in association with Taken Promotions. Sponsored by Caval, Mexican luxury wine, y cerveza Tecate, Born Bold. Your three judges scoring this bout at ringside on the 10-point must system. Raul Caiz, Max DeLuca, and Robert Heckel. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Jack Briggs. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, Japan contra Mexico. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black, trimmed in gold, he weighed officially 154.5 pounds. His professional record, 28 victories, 10 defeats, 4 draws with 18 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the former WBC Continental Americas and NABF welterweight champion, presentando el orgullo de los Mochis, Sinaloa, México, Jesús Soto Karass. And next his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black, trimmed in white, he weighed at 153.5 pounds. His professional record stands at 26 victories, just 3 defeats, 2 draws, 23 big wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of and hailing from Tokyo, Japan, here is Yoshihiro Kamegai.
Okay, Both of these are high. I'm going to let them work in here. Okay, es más arriba, so está bien aquí, okay? I'm going to let it work. I give you both instructions. I just want to remind you, listen and obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Fight hard, fight clean. Good luck.
Neither one of these two fighters is a real headliner at this level, but after their first fight, they produced headlines because they threw down. And talking to them both yesterday, they plan on more of the same. Their strategies seem to be in each camp. Do it again, only harder.
What a wonderful patch for Soto Karass. Whittier Collision Center. He loves punch collisions.
And here we go. Karass starts out pawing with the jab. Said he plans to throw more of those. Nice 1-2 to the body. Right back with the hook to the body. A triple hook, Roy.
Good hook to the body.
Right hand over Kamegai's low left. Kamegai has a tendency to drop his hands.
Well, he usually fights with his hands down some, Kamegai, but right now he's starting with them up high, very high.
Good right to the body by Kamegai.
Watch the back of this.
Both of them working the jab as a rangefinder early, trying to set up the power shots downstairs so far.
And you saw Kamegai right there try his best to keep that left body shot off of his ribs, so it may have had some effect early.
Maybe that's why he went right back with a right of his own, Roy.
Yeah, it makes you think about it. Oh, good overhand by Kamegai. It makes you think about it when a guy hits you cleanly with a good body shot.
Maybe it's not such a bad idea to go to the body. And there, Karass with 2 more hooks to the body. And,
not bad at all.
And Kamegai right back.
He better.
Boy, it is rare that you see a fight start out in the first round. A left hook seemed to hurt Karass.
Kamegai hurt Karass with a body shot.
Stop.
Yes, hurt him bad with a body shot. He's still hurt from it, Max.
Yep. I thought it was a hook upstairs, but the body shot started it.
Yes, it was a body shot.
Stop.
He's hurting really bad. Look at him.
Jesus, I know you're hurt. Let him go.
It is rare you see a fight start like this. 2 fighters just banging each other's bodies from round 1.
And then the ref just told on him. He said, I know you're hurt, but let him go.
Here's the, and right back with the 2 body shots. 3 from Kamegai.
Yes, he knows he hurt Karass's body.
Karass told us yesterday in the fighter meetings that he's been considering retirement, talking about it with his wife. It's a brutal sport. He's given it a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and you wonder, Roy, hurt in the body early in a fight like this, if that makes a difference in his resolve.
That may make a difference in his resolve for sure. It should.
But he's survived it seemingly so far in this first round and is now back on the attack even as he backs up. Karass.
You won't find a guy with a bigger heart than Karass, so I never expected him not to survive that one shot.
Off his head.
Good right to the head by Kamegai.
Let each other go.
This is the story of the first fight, Roy. Karass busier with his hands, Kamegai the more precise punch.
Oh, good shot by Kamegai. Good shot by Soto Karass.
Yeah, Soto Karass with the uppercut, and he seemed to ride a couple of those Kamegai shots upstairs and take the effects off of them. Real good first round.
How you feeling? You okay? You got you in the belly? All right, breathe. Now give me some water now. Breathe. Water. Breathe now. You gotta be careful.
Here we see Kamegai land a hell of a body shot right there to the what they call a liver shot, Max, and that almost did it for Soto Karass. Missed him with a good left hook afterwards, but it was a wonderful shot.
Those liver shots can paralyze a fighter temporarily.
And they temporarily paralyzed him.
Kamegai, 161 pounds tonight. Soto Karass, 169. When you see that, Roy, do you think that means Karass can take the shots better, or that he's not in as good shape as Kamegai?
To me, it means he possibly could take the shots better. However, Kamegai is doing a smart thing going to the body, because those it won't make a difference with. Where it makes a difference at sometimes is in the head shots.
Good uppercuts. Karass has really found success late in that first round with those uppercuts, and he's going back to it here.
Good up and down work by Karass.
Karass with a steady stream of punches here in this first round, the second round, excuse me.
Stop. Let each other go. Let each other go. Step out. Bye.
And it's almost like he's a slowed down version of the Marvin Hagler concept, which he stays the same pace the whole night. It may not be 100 miles per hour, but he still stays at that pace with that punching power of Karass for the whole night.
And that's the last time you'll ever hear Karass and Hagler in the same sentence.
And I said concept.
Concept, yes. Conceptually, maybe.
Yeah, yes.
Almost. Kamegai now forcing the action, and Karass fighting with his back on the ropes, as was the case at times in their first fight. Boy, I mean, the concentration on each guy's body, particularly by Kamegai early.
Both guys want to win this fight, Max. They put their all of their heart into the last fight. Both wanted a victory that night. They didn't get it, so tonight they're even hungrier to prove that they're the better man.
I spoke of Karass's contemplation of retirement in the first round, Roy, because when a guy is so concentrated on his opponent's body as Kamegai is, you'll find out how much the recipient of those body shots still wants to be a fighter.
You sure will, but the same can be said for him, because Soto Karass is throwing some pretty good body shots at him as well.
Yes, he is.
I think Kamegai has a little bit more hand speed than Karass, and it gives him an advantage early.
Oh, another really well-placed left hand to the body by Kamegai. Ooh, a good right hand to the body.
Wonderful right body shot, followed by a good left.
Karass responds with body shots of his own and those uppercuts he's consistently thrown in this fight on the inside.
And there was that jab he was talking about working.
Another bruising round, round two. Following our coverage of boxing here on HBO, stay tuned for the premiere of Road to Canelo Smith for an inside look at Canelo Alvarez and Liam Smith as they prepare for their upcoming showdown. And next Saturday night on HBO pay-per-view, middleweight title holder Canelo Alvarez makes a temporary, we hope, move down in weight to challenge Liam Smith for his 154-pound title.
Hey, breathe. Breathe. How's this punch? You don't have to just throw punches. You've been just targeting the body too much.
Hold up. Go.
Round three. Soto Karass comes out pawing with the jab. Kamegai throws his with more of a purpose. Harold Letterman, how do you have the fight scored through 2 rounds?
Okay, Max, I got a 20-18, 2 rounds to nothing, Yoshihiro Kamegai. You know, Max, when you score a fight like this, very, very close fight, where either guy could win a round, what you got to do is you got to watch the whole round. You got to say to yourself, who did more damage? Who landed, who hurt the other guy more than the other guy hurt him? In the first round, like you said before, Soto Karass got staggered a little bit. He got hurt more. In the second round, I thought Kamegai again landed the cleaner, harder shots. 2-0, Kamegai.
Another way to phrase that concept, I like to say, who would you rather have been that round?
That's true.
Use empathy to tell you who's winning the round. And tough put yourself in Soto Karass's position, especially in that first round, Roy. He was hurt in the body.
It was hurt really bad in that first round. The second and third round here, we're seeing that the hand speed thing is the big difference. Kamegai has really good hand speed, and he's making it very difficult for Soto Karass because of that hand speed. Now, Soto Karass is landing some good punches still, but that hand speed factor and the defense factor is giving Karass all he can handle right now.
The Kamegai is one of those slip the punch kind of fighters with his hands down.
And he rolls them shoulders a little bit too.
Yeah, he rolls, he rides them back. He just then made Karass miss a whole lot. But he also gives his opponent chances by keeping his hands down, and Karass is able to catch him sometimes cleanly upstairs.
And the real problem with his hands down, Max, the reason he gives guys an opportunity is because a lot of times he does it, and right now you see his heels are flat or his feet are squared up. When his heels are flat and his feet are squared up, he has no defense in his legs. Your legs are your main line of defense. See, right there, he's set.
And I think these guys' faces are their main lines of defense.
Kamegai just looks stronger tonight, Max.
Yes.
It looks a little bit sharper than Soto Karass.
They came out in round one focusing on each other's body. It was Kamegai who got the better of it and seemed to take control. Maybe that's too strong a word, but take the edge in this fight.
The thing about it is, though, he'll have to be in shape to endure this as long as Soto Karass can last, because Soto Karass is going to stay right there at that same pace all night long.
They both mentioned conditioning yesterday when talking about how they were going to do better in the fight tonight. Good right hand to the body, knifing shot by Kamegai. Kamegai with a nice left hook up top. And that concludes round 3 of a solid action fight so far. Coming up, Chocolatito, the man who many feel is the best pound-for-pound fighter in boxing. I'd say he has the majority of support in that area. Getting loose, getting ready to challenge for a title belt in his 4th weight class against Carlos Cuadras, who is no pushover. Upset possibilities tonight loom.
Jesus. All right, come on. Adrenaline. You gotta win the rounds. Gotta win the rounds. Let's go. Come on, brother. Come on.
You ready, brother? Getting ready for round 4 here, and Roy, like their first fight, Kamegai has landed at a significantly higher percentage so far through 3 rounds, 47 to 35%. But in this case, he's also thrown a similar number of punches and is therefore outlanded Soto Karass. Not the case in the first fight.
No, Karass was much busier in the first fight. This time, Kamegai decided that he'll not only land the better punches, but he'll try to keep up with the punch output as well.
And
he's doing a great job of that so far.
Also landed the more significant punches.
Yes, by far.
But other than the first round, not a lot to choose from between these two guys in rounds 2 and 3.
Good overhand right by Karass.
You just get the feeling watching that Kamegai's shots are registering more with Soto Karass than vice versa.
Yeah, his body language looks better than Soto Karass does tonight.
Kamegai has talked about how when he fights internationally against international competition, that obviously raises the bar. He's not limiting himself just to the pool of fighters fighting in Japan, and he realizes it's a higher level when he opens himself up to fighting any fighter from anywhere in the world. And he has not fared well to this point against that level of competition. This would be a signature win for Kamegai in his career abroad. If he could keep this up, to our eye, it looks like he is winning a very tough fight so far. It's still early.
The sweet sport of boxing, Max. 2 guys very relaxed, very calm, while delivering devastating blows and receiving devastation at the same time. Hard to find that anywhere else in the world.
Kamegai is impressing me with his ability to slip and roll these punches tonight. Really, Karass is finding a hard time, even when he puts 3 and 4 punches together, hitting Kamegai cleanly.
Yes, and that's what Kamegai's game is. That's why he said he keeps his hands down, because he likes to, what I call, look off a lot of punches, let them graze the shoulders, kind of go with the punches when they do land, so nothing lands flush, as they say.
And that is contrasted by Kamegai landing quite flush against Soto Karass.
Exactly. Like that.
And he's taking those body shots on the arms, blocking the body shots with his arms, and countering precisely.
That was a pretty good right hand by Soto Karass.
End of round 4. And there's Sergey the Crusher Kovalev enjoying the action. The man knows something about action fights. The crowd responds.
Water, water, come on, son. We're lost.
Here you see Kamegai beating Karass to the punch with the left uppercut. Boom, and Karass is just a second late right there. And the right hand, he stepped with the shoulder. Then you see him land a hook and a straight right, but he kind of grazed him with that straight right hand, which still left him out of range for Karass's right hand.
Both men, especially Kamegai, have done their hardest work to the body so far, the most effective work. And that will tell as this fight moves into the second half.
And the thing that I like that Kamegai is doing really well, Max, is he's countering Soto Karass's punches with a much quicker, much more effective punch, usually on the same side.
So if Karass throws the left hook,
he throws the right, like that.
Throws the right hand.
Right.
Oftentimes after a tough 10-round fight where no one was really able to get the upper hand, you see a repeat in the rematch. They've already fought 10 rounds. What are they going to do? They're about as good as one another. This is not the case. Here's a case where it seems one fighter has made some adjustments. Kamegai has, and is doing more of the things that gave him success in the first fight and eliminating some of the mistakes.
Yes, he is. He just threw a right hand at Karass just then, Max, that would have probably gave Karass some real problems had he landed it.
Yeah, and he gave him some problems with the right hand to the body right after you said that. Karass's face looks a bit frustrated to me, Roy.
Yeah, he is a little frustrated, Max, because, like you said, Kamegai has made some adjustments here. Kamegai is doing more of the things that worked for him in the first fight.
Oh, Karass with the left hook upstairs.
Big left hook. Oh, good body shot by Kamegai. Those are the adjustments that Kamegai has made, I think. Stuff like those hard, crushing body shots.
And that'll punish and discipline an opponent. Karass just picked up the left hand to throw the hook, catches Kamegai with it, and Kamegai punishes him for it with a right hand to the body, making that left hook upstairs a little less likely.
A lot less likely. Kamegai having a lot of success with that right hand, using it kind of like a jab. Very smart punch because Karass's head is right there in the middle.
Another good right hand to the body and the inside, while Karass, however, has done some more obvious good work upstairs over about a 20-second stretch.
A good right hand by Karass.
Yep.
But the punches that Karass land have not nearly the effect on him as the ones that Kamegai land.
Well, as you say, Kamegai looks most of them off. Karass digging with 3 hooks to the body.
Good hook to the head.
I thought Kamegai blocked it with his right glove, Roy.
He did, but it still was a good punch.
Still thumps. Another good round in the Karass Kamegai rematch. October 29th, it's the long-awaited heavyweight championship rematch between Tyson Fury and Vladimir Klitschko. Can Fury follow up last November's upset, or will Klitschko regain the title he held for 10 years in November 19th? HBO pay-per-view brings you the light heavyweight matchup we've all been waiting for. Unified champ Sergey Kovalev against the great Andre Ward. Two world-class performers, two very different styles, two undefeated boxers at the top of their games. If you are a boxing fan at all, you cannot miss this one, November 19th.
Get to your range, whatever distance you want, whatever's good for you. Come on, breathe. You got water already? Good. That's it. Let's go, son. Flex that waist. Let's go, son.
And we are into round 6. Harold Letterman, how do you have the fight scored so far?
Okay, Max, I got it 5-0, 50-45, Yoshihiro Kamegai. You know, Max, I just think he's scoring the cleaner, harder, more effective shots. You know, I mean, each round is close. Soto Karass fights back, there's no question, but Kamegai is landing those shots. I mean, just like that, a body shot, 3 headshots. I mean, I think Kamegai is just nailing them with more clean, hard shots to win these rounds very, very close. 5-0, Kamegai.
Harold, we are seeing the same fight. Roy, you agree?
No, we're not seeing the same. I mean, yeah, I agree with Harold, yes. We're seeing the exact same fight. I thought you were talking about the same
from the first fight. No.
Yeah, we are seeing the same fight, Max. And just as Harold was talking, I think Kamegai hurt Karass with another left shot to the liver.
Well, look, we're in the second half of the fight now. 10-round fight. The 6th round represents the beginning of the second half. Kamegai has put in some savage body work early. Karass is a guy who has told us, it's not so much of a passion for him as it is a job. He knows he's not a great fighter, but he's a professional fighter. He prepares seriously and does his job. And he's discussed retirement. And there's an old saying, if you're talking about it in one way, you've already done it.
That's exactly right, Max.
So it's going to be interesting to see how he responds to the kind of money in the bank that Kamegai's put into the body in the first half of this fight.
Kamegai has done a great job of changing things around here. He's fighting very smart. He's picking his shots. He's tapping sometimes. He's throwing thunderous shots at other times when he knows they're going to land, like that right hand right there. I mean, he's doing a great job of changing and making that adjustment to win this second fight. That doesn't mean he's going to win it for sure, but he's looking good right now. And Karass, you couldn't ask for a better gamer fighter in Karass, because he doesn't have the skills as a Kamegai or some other guys have, but he has a bigger heart than most guys in the sport of boxing or any other sport have.
Good left hook from Kamegai. From Sapporo, Japan. Yes, like the beer. Karass lived in North Hollywood the last 10 years, originally from Sinaloa, Mexico. Boxing as international a sport as there is.
And it teaches you a lot about a person. You never would have known that Karass has so much heart had you not seen his boxing career.
More of the same here in round 6. Competitive, bruising, but Kamegai apparently with the upper hand.
Breathe. You a little tired? No, I'm fine. Don't slip too much.
Here you see Karass with a left uppercut, followed by a left hook, followed by a left to the body, which is good work, but then, boom, a bigger left hook right to the head. Kamegai comes back with. Neutralizes everything.
Stop. Step away, separate. Okay, we're good, relax.
Jack Reese hasn't had to do too much tonight. These guys have shown up to fight, not wrestle.
I think Karass, in his whole career, that's all he's ever shown up to do.
Yeah.
He's the true definition of a fighter. Not necessarily a boxer, but a fighter.
A fighter, a professional fighter.
Yes, sir.
Kamegai, much more successful, as we've been mentioning, with that slip and counter style tonight than he was in their first go-round.
And landing some bruising shots off of that slip and counter or rolling counter. I mean, he's landing some really big shots tonight. Like that shot, Max. Goodness, look at that.
You mentioned, and we've been talking about the solid professional career that Soto Karass has had.
Oh, the body's hurting bad now, Max. The body's hurting really bad now.
Those body shots ask the question, do you still want to fight?
The body's hurting really bad, Max.
And like the first round,
everybody stop, relax. You all right?
Karass grabs him and stumbles forward to avoid any more body punishment.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that body's hurting really bad now.
Yep. And unlike in the first round, this is after 6.5 rounds of steady body punishment. Let's see if Soto Karass can escape this.
He's trying to already.
He is. Throwing some snappy left hooks upstairs there.
Yes, sir. Just landed a beautiful left hook upstairs.
Another one. And followed by a right hand this time from Soto Karass. Good right hand from Soto Karass and a left hook to the body. Another right hand upstairs. Oh. Another upstairs from Soto Karass.
My goodness.
I guess he still wants to be a fighter, Roy.
I guess so. He's gonna be that until the day he dies.
Soto Karass, whose father was national champion in Mexico, was so avoided as a youngster in the amateurs in Mexico, had to enter prison tournaments in order to get amateur fights. Because of who his father was, no other amateur fighters wanted to fight him. Has, by his own admission, not had a great career, but has been a damn good one. And he's fighting like a guy with a lot of pride tonight in the face of a relentless body assault from Kamegai.
He's out of the ropes. You can't do that. Get over here. Don't do that anymore. You all right? Okay? Don't hit him. He's out of the ropes. Stop at the bell.
Really good round. September 27th, Real Sports returns with a look at how all the incorrect calls on balls and strikes have many wondering if it's time to use automated strike zone technology. And October 5th, catch the return of the Fight Game with Jim Lampley for an in-depth discussion of present and upcoming boxing. It is the boxing show of record.
Go on, you gotta work it. You gotta work it, dude. You gotta throw with everything. Give him something to drink. Upper hook, hook, and then stick it to the body. You hurt him to the body. All right, Jesus, now we're gonna beat him down.
Hey, number 8, watch it.
What a rally by Soto Karass, Roy, at the end of the 7th round when Kamegai had hurt him so badly to the body again, just like he had in the first round. But this time it was after 6.5 rounds of vicious body work, and Karass answered when it looked like that may be all she wrote, with some real big shots upstairs and sustained his attack. What a round.
Once again, I hate to keep referring to him to these great fighters, but that was very Matthew Saad Muhammad-ish.
Yes, Matthew Saad Muhammad-ish. You're right.
Because that's what Saad would do. It looked like he was almost dead, and all of a sudden he'd show back up with a rally.
And that's what the fight fans remember in their less than great, but action fighters. When it looked like it was done for them, like they had nothing left. Could they have that second and third and fourth wind and rally? And it's inspirational. It's inspiring to watch.
It sure is. good body. Oh, that hurt again, Max.
And
that hurt again.
And this time with the right hand to follow it up upstairs.
Yes, sir, with a beautiful uppercut to follow it up.
Kamegai does not want to get entangled, has his hands over his head to show referee Jack Reese, it's not me holding, and he's looking for the finish. Is Soto Karass taking a rest?
No,
or has he had enough?
He's hurt.
8, 9. You ready to continue? Put your hands in the air. Give me your gloves. Walk.
His mouth is saying yes, he's ready to continue, but his body language doesn't look good, Roy.
Not good at all, Max. One more body shot and he'll go down. He'll have to.
There was a question when Soto Karass was on the canvas. Was he taking a rest, or he had it? And 9 3/4, he gets up. Does he still want it?
Stop. Let him go. Show me something, kiddo.
Referee Jack Reese saying, show me something. He needs to see signs that Soto Karass is still competitive and not just taking a beating.
Let him go.
Roy, do you stay downstairs if you're Kamegai, or do you go upstairs now having softened your opponent up?
You have to do it the same way you started. Go to the body and then come upstairs. See that hook to the head?
Yep.
He'll take those. But with a body shot first, he may not take it.
And Soto Karass lands a big right hand. Big display of heart by Jesus Soto Karass.
Yeah. Isn't good? That's it? Done?
Outstanding. Now tonight. Okay, hey, you don't need you.
And Soto Karass's corner correctly stops the fight, Roy. Soto Karass needed to be saved from himself. You could see his body didn't want it anymore, but he wasn't going to quit. So he kept throwing punches, but the contest had been decided.
And I thank God that the corner noticed that and they stopped it, because you are right. His body language has told us everything. He had enough for this night.
Let's look at the action from last round, Roy, and then we'll take a look at the knockdown. Kamegai had hurt Karass from round 1 to the body.
Yeah, hurt him with the body and came with that hard jab to the head, and Karass knew then he was trying to get him, and followed by another hard right to the head. Then he threw a body shot, but Karass was already going down.
And the
fact left, the right.
The fact that those shots are taking place upstairs is not as significant as what led to them. The body shots essentially scored that knockdown.
That's exactly right. The body shots would hurt him so that the head shots would send him on down.
Tremendous performance by Yoshihiro Kamegai. I would call this a career best win, considering the opponent and the circumstances.
And considering who all Soto Karass has been in the ring with.
Let's go to ring announcer Joe Martinez with the official verdict.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the recommendation of the blue corner, referee Jack Reese puts a halt to this bout at the end of round number 8. Your winner by KO victory from Tokyo, Japan, Yoshihiro Kamegai.
Let's look at the final punch stats. The total punches landed and thrown. You can see Karass threw more, but not as many more as in the first fight. Kamegai landed almost 100 punches more, and 50% of his shots landed, and that's why he was able to stop Jesus Soto Karass. Power punches, as Jim Lampley often points out, when you land over 50% of your power punches, you are virtually guaranteed a stoppage win, and that's what happened here tonight for Yoshihiro Kamegai. We are halfway through our live action here at the famed Forum in Inglewood, California. Next up, Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez attempts to capture a title in his 4th weight class as he moves up to challenge Mexican Carlos Cuadras for his 115-pound title. And then we throw it back to Jim Lampley and Bernard Hopkins for Gennady Golovkin's middleweight title defense against Englishman Kell Brook earlier today. But before we get to our next fight, let's look ahead to some upcoming sports programming here on HBO. Starting with the premiere of Road to Canelo Smith as we count down to their showdown on pay-per-view next Saturday night. And there's more from Bill Simmons' weekly show, The Next Real Sports, the fall season premiere of The Fight Game with Jim Lampley, all capped off by the heavyweight championship rematch between Tyson Fury and Vladimir Klitschko, and then Kovalev Ward in November. For a full rundown of our entire schedule, check out HBO.com.